But first, I'm John Bachman. One American's been killed and another is hurt in a shooting in Saudi Arabia. They were apparently attacked at a gas station in the capital of Riyadh. Police shot and then arrested the suspect. No word on the motive, but it's important to point out this is the first killing of a Westerner in a gun attack in Saudi Arabia in 7 years. And things could get worse very quickly in the Ebola outbreak we just heard from the WHO.
We will go over 9,000 cases this week. This trend, as you can see, the number of reported deaths are 4,447 as of this morning.
Staggering numbers there. That's Dr. Bruce Aylward of the World Health Organization. He says Ebola is now killing 7 out of every 10 people who come down with the disease. And he says within just a couple of months, West Africa could be dealing with 10,000 new cases every week. That's a 10-fold increase from what doctors are seeing right now. And Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg and his wife are donating $25 million to the CDC and its foundation to help fight the Ebola outbreak. The money will be put to work into 3 of the countries in the heart of the outbreak. That includes Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. And in Dallas, dozens of healthcare workers are now being monitored as a nurse is held in isolation with the disease. Nina Pham caught the disease, Ebola, while treating victim Thomas Duncan. Investigators are now trying to figure out how exactly she caught it. Part of the treatment she's receiving is blood transfusions coming from Dr. Kent Brantley, an Ebola survivor, in the hopes that his antibodies in his blood will help her. And the president and his top military leaders are talking about ISIS today. They're meeting in Washington with defense chiefs from more than 20 countries in a coalition against ISIS. And this comes as more coalition airstrikes hit ISIS targets around Kobani, the Syrian city near the Turkish border, which has been under siege for about a month. And the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have put out a new alert on ISIS and lone wolf attacks. It's gone out to law enforcement agencies around the country. ISIS, in an audio message posted last month, as well as in a new English language magazine, is calling for attacks on media figures, the military, and police in Western countries around the world. Also, in their only debate before Election Day, the two opponents in that much talked about Kentucky Senate race have squared off on everything from jobs to Washington gridlock.
Our unemployment, it's above the national average. We are running a 90,000 jobs deficit. Under his watch, middle-class Kentuckians are continuing to struggle.
The biggest problem we've got in the country, and it affects Kentucky in a dramatic way, is this job-killing Obama administration, which my opponent supports.
Well, Grimes, who calls herself a Clinton Democrat, again refused to say if she voted for President Obama in 2008 or 2012. A roundup of recent polls has the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, leading her by about 3 points. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you in about 30 minutes. I'm John Bachman. Now back to Ed Berliner in Midpoint.